Cautious Hero, the hero is overpowered but overly cautious, is an isekai series where the main character, the main male protagonist, is summoned into a fantasy world by a goddess because there is a group of gods that are all behind reincarnating people to save various worlds, and they have these like abstract, obtuse laws about what they can and cannot do. So, and they can't directly interfere with worlds, so they summon heroes to save the worlds for them, basically. And the first 5 minutes of this are fucking hysterical, because they immediately establish our main heroine, the goddess, and they have this like tongue-in-cheek attitude with this show where it like addresses a lot of common isekai tropes and kind of makes fun of them, and it really gets you hyped up. And it's like, oh, is this like an isekai parody series like Smartphone? And then once the hero is summoned in the 5-minute mark, it makes sure that you know, no, this is not a parody series. It's aware of the tropes and it's doing them anyway. In fact, the whole tongue-in-cheek attitude evaporates after the first 5 minutes, and it just starts playing the classic isekai tropes completely straight, but does them a very interesting degree of poorly. This may very well be the worst isekai I have ever watched. The main heroine is the only likable character in the entire show. Every other character is incredibly insufferable, and there is a special place in hell for our main protagonist, who is a dickwaffle to literally every person he encounters. He is so insufferable and unlikable. There are very few characters I have encountered in any anime that I think I dislike as much as the main character of this show. Seiya is a complete fuckwit. Anyway, the basic crux of this is that he wants to go into every scenario completely prepared, so he like trains up as hard as he can, and he power levels, and he seeks out new techniques from the other deities in the heaven realm that they're able to freely access. And what the show very quickly like starts to establish is that, one, he hides his power, which is actually a terrible decision. It's used for a plot twist towards the end of the show, which is just absolute dog shit and lands with all of the impact of a fucking wet fart. But because you never know how powerful the main character is, you never know if he's in trouble or not. So it seems, and the punchline to every encounter is that he wasn't in trouble in the first place. And that's another issue with the show, is that the show will establish a joke, which is usually not a very good joke. All of the best jokes were made in the first 5 minutes of the show. And then once it has established a joke, which you probably didn't laugh at the first time, it will beat that joke into the ground. It will just keep hammering it over and over for 12 episodes. It never gets tired of the joke. You are just bludgeoned to death with how much it repeats the same joke. The main character never feels like he's in danger, even though you don't know how powerful he is, because he just beast modes through everything, and it always repeats the same joke that he was never in danger in the first place. Again, there's a really shitty plot twist at the end where you find out he was always in danger, but it just straight up does not land, and the whole plot twist is so incredibly stupid anyway. Everything about it is stupid. Anyway, there's never any tension in the whole show. The fight scenes are boring. I would say probably, other than the first 5 minutes of the first episode, the only thing remotely entertaining or redeemable about the show is that the opening and endings are pretty good, although I would prefer if the ending theme was animated in 2D instead of 3D, but the song's pretty catchy. The dance is cute enough. It's just such a predictable show. You're never surprised. You're never worried. There's never any hint of any emotional investment in the show. Every moment from minute 6 onward to the end of episode 12 is just complete and utter miserable dog shit. Popcorn is a new show I'm doing where I review exactly one anime. I realized that Water kind of encourages people to sort of sift through it and find only the show they care about or completely skip the entire episode. And I made more sense to drop a whole bunch of unrelated anime back when I was doing Watawa Weekly, but Water as a format is kind of silly. I think I'm still gonna do Water, but it's gonna be more like when I did like Sailor Moon or Love Live or Nanaha, where it's for an entire show, and it's definitely going to be a lot more regularly. Popcorn is probably going to take over as the dominant show on this channel. Twitch and Discord in the description. I've been Sacrobolic. You're Envoy of Hope. Bye-bye.